Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this video is kind of a continuation to my book Review of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. Except in this video, we are diving straight on into all the spoilers and details of the story. So if you haven't read the book yet, or don't want to know the main plot and storyline to this book, here's your chance to turn off. So there are a couple of things I want to mention, but first, let's talk about Max Hastings. Let's just rip the band-aid off. Max Hastings being revealed as a serial rapist? Chilling. I genuinely didn't see that twist coming, and not in the surprise murderer kind of way. It was worse. So much worse. Because Jackson doesn't just make him a villain for shock value. She makes a very real point about how predators hide in plain sight. Max is rich, white, charming, and untouchable. He literally sits there in court and walks free because the evidence isn't enough. And seeing Pip's face when he gets away with it? I was seething. Like, the injustice was so real, I wanted to throw the book across the room. That courtroom scene was heartbreaking. It felt like a gut punch. Jackson didn't need to go there, but I'm glad she did. Because that's the reality. The people we least expect, the ones with power and privilege, they're often the ones who walk away clean. And it added a whole other layer to Pip's story. This isn't just a murder mystery anymore. It's a warning. A mirror. Then we have Andy Bell. She was kind of awful, but did she deserve what happened? This was one of the messiest parts of the book emotionally. And I loved how complicated Jackson made it. Andy was manipulative, cruel, mean to her sister, doing drugs, sleeping with Max, blackmailing a teacher, and just a wreck. But she was also a kid, a hurt, scared, impulsive teenager who got in way too deep. Did she deserve to die? No. But was she a victim in the pure, innocent way everyone painted her? Also no. Pip's slow discovery of the real Andy was so well written. Each clue chipped away at that perfect girl image until we saw someone much more damaged and dangerous. She wasn't just a girl who got murdered. She was a girl playing with fire and thinking she was invincible. And in the end, she lost. Wait, it was the dad? Okay, Elliot Ward being the killer genuinely shocked me. And it was so quietly terrifying how calm he was about it. Like, this man killed a girl, locked another one in a basement for 5 years, and he just keeps living in that house, being a teacher, sipping coffee like it's nothing. What? The reveal that he murdered Andy with a fire poker because she was going to ruin his family? Absolutely chilling. It was such a brutal, panicked murder. Not some clever crime of passion, but this raw, selfish moment of, I can't let her expose me. And then, the Becca twist. Becca was keeping her in the house, the whole time. My brain short-circuited when we found out that Andy wasn't actually dead when Elliot hit her, and that Becca found her, panicked, and hid her in the basement for days before killing her herself. Like, what is this Shakespearean family horror? That twist destroyed me. Becca, who was always this quiet, overlooked character, turns out to be the final nail in Andy's coffin. And it's so sad because it wasn't premeditated. It was fear, jealousy, desperation. Just like her dad, Becca made a terrible choice in a split second, and it ended a life. It wasn't just who did it, it was the why. That's what made the twist so good. These weren't evil masterminds. They were people, scared, messy, and trying to protect themselves. Okay, next is Pip's transformation. This is something I really felt on the second half of the book. Pip's unraveling. She starts off idealistic, clever, controlled, but as things get more dangerous, you see her come undone. She starts lying, hiding things from her family, pushing her friends away. She even contemplates covering up a murder. That's how far she falls. By the end, she's changed. She can't just go back to being a normal high school girl. She's seen too much, done too much. And that moment where she testifies against Max and he walks free, that breaks her. You feel it. The girl who once believed in justice has now seen how broken the system really is. And it's that emotional fallout that sets up the sequel so well. Finally, Ravi and Pip, I'm obsessed with them. Not because there's some hot, steamy YA romance. They're not, and that's fine. But because their connection feels so earned. They go through hell together. Ravi starts off closed off and bitter, and Pip breaks through his walls. And she needs him too. He's the one person who never questions her, never pulls away, even when she's deep in it. Their slow burn chemistry, the jokes, the trust, the hand-holding, it's also subtle but meaningful. It never distracts from the plot. It adds to it. And that little kiss at the end, after everything, I felt that. My final thoughts on the story. Okay, let's be quick. Naomi and Kara backing off from Pip? That hurt. But I understood. Pip goes full dark mode for a bit. The girl is spiraling, and it's scary. The fact that Pip's dad died when she was young adds this undercurrent of her needing to save people. It's subtle, but I think it drives a lot of her obsession. The pacing in the last 100 pages? Insane. I was sweating. Pip going to Elliot's house, the basement, the reveal, back to back to back. The title hits different after reading. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder sounds cheeky, until you realize the good girl loses her innocence, her belief in right and wrong, her peace. If you're listening to this, we are now in a secret Pip and Ravi appreciation group, and I want to know, were you surprised by the killers? Did you think Andy was alive until the very end? Was Max's trial the most infuriating thing ever, or just me? Are you emotionally ready for good girl bad blood? Let's talk. I have feelings. And Pip has unfinished business. So if you would like a review on the next book in the series, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see all of you in my next video, which, if any of you have any recommendations of books, make sure to leave a comment and I'll check them out.